Regan Saymaker for Not Just Boxing, and I have the pleasure to be joined by welterweight contender Owen Cooper. Owen, I feel like I'm repeating myself 6 times, but I've got to say it on camera. I'm so glad that even after a defeat, and by the way, in a defeat in a Fighter of the Year contender as well, by the way, I hope that softens the blow a little bit. I'm so glad that you've come back in a really, really good fight against Chris Kongo on Saturday.
Yeah, you know, it's never, it never interested me, you know, getting back in with someone that I should be there to beat. I feel like that can affect your performance. And yeah, it never interested me. So as soon as they come to me and said Kongo's name, I thought, what a great fight to get back in with.
Definitely as well. I was just talking to BCB stablemate Liam Davis next. He was on about kind of motivation levels, kind of.
That's what
is that what it is?
Yeah, like I said, if you're getting back in there with someone that's really there to be beat, I feel like it can affect the way you train, because you're going through camp. You kind of know that you're there just to get a win and move on. And I feel like that can affect your performance, because you haven't got that same sort of.
Is it fear
like drive?
You're not scared, but fear factor.
Yeah. And it can affect the way you train, and affect the way you end up performing. And so for me, it was always going to be get straight back in there, have a big fight.
Definitely as well. Before we get into Chris Kongo specifically, I do want to ask you one question about the defeat to Ekow Essuman. I mean, I was ringside that night.
Yeah.
I thought you boxed excellently. Like, does that soften the blow a little bit? I know it was a defeat, but when you there is a lot to take from that fight, isn't there? If that makes sense.
I took a lot from it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say it softened the blow, but I took a lot from it. To me, it proved that it just solidified it and cemented it in my head that I belong at that top level. I can mix it at that top level and do very well at that sort of level. So yeah, but I wouldn't. It never softened the blow at all. But yeah, there was a lot to take from it, and it helped.
Definitely, I'm very aware it's a very. I've got to ask the question, but it's also a bit of a dickhead question.
No,
do you know what I'm calling myself a dickhead, by the way. I mean, I've never said, you would never call me that. But yeah, I mean, Chris Kongo specifically as well. I mean, he's known for probably more of his boxing ability than his punching ability. But I'll ask you firsthand, what do you know about him going into this one?
Like I say, a good boxer, tidy boxer, technically sound. Look, we don't watch. Well, me personally, I don't watch too much on my opponent. I think a lot of fighters might say that. Don't watch too much on their opponents. I trust in what my coaches say. So when the fight got put to us, I watched his fight with I watched a bit of his fight with Essuman, a bit of his fight with Marco, and that was it then. Left it at that, and then left it to my coaches to work out what our plans were and things moving forward. But yeah, from what I've seen of him in the past, he's technically sound, punches correct. But yeah, that's about all I got.
Definitely as well. Obviously, he's got some good wins on his record. You mentioned the Marku fight there as well. I mean, a win on Saturday night puts you back up to, above where you were before the Ekow fight, the British title level.
Definitely, yeah. That's another reason as to why we wanted straight back in with a big fight. You know, I want my name to be right up there again. It was nice, obviously, before the Ekow fight, people speaking this and that of me, saying I was going on to do good things. Obviously, after a loss, that naturally slows down. So I want that again. And yeah, being back in a big fight against someone like Chris Kongo, a win, pushes me right back up there again.
It definitely does as well. Final one from me. I've been asking a few fighters this. Obviously, nearly halfway through the year, but how does Owen Cooper end 2025?
British champion.
And the British champion is Conor Walker at the moment.
Conor Walker. Nothing like that. It's just a title that I think is the same as everyone. Conor's a good lad, another Midlands lad. He's a nice lad. But yeah, it's the British title is the one. So yeah, it's I'd love that by the end of the year. Good win here, hopefully pushes me on to fight for the British title by the end of the year.
Definitely. I mean, the more I think about it, that fight is actually a cracker. I
it's
think
a
I'm
great
going to be fragged now and put it to it. It's a great little.
It's a great fight, mate.
It definitely is as well. Owen, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
talking to you. Best of luck Saturday, mate.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.